We are living in a strange era where people are so serious that life feels like a fateful exam. Every mistake feels catastrophic. Every choice becomes a measure of our worth. We try to control everything, but the harder we try, the more we lose the sense of truly living. There's a truth in Carl Jung empath and personal development work that most overlook. The soul cannot grow from reason alone, but from the instinct to play, to let go, to touch its own natural rhythm. Yet as we mature, we become mere roles. When we forget it's only a mask, the game turns into a prison. This persona we wear helps us face the world, but also blocks us from our true soul. We're so immersed in our roles that we forget we're playing. The more we strive to appear serious, the further we stray from our vibrant essence. But what if life is truly just a grand game of consciousness? What if we're not pawns, but the ones directing our own dreams? Stay until the end, because you're about to discover what the world has forgotten. The way to play life without being played by it. Rule 1. You are not the character. There's a moment everyone experiences when we realize we've lived too long in a role, forgetting it's only a role. This persona is the mask we create to survive, to be loved and recognized. But tragedy begins when that mask becomes the only self we believe is real. Imagine the office worker who adjusts his tie each morning, performs the successful man perfectly, but lies awake at night feeling empty. That's the soul whispering, "This is not me." The ego maintains its image, but that's only the tip of the iceberg. Beneath lies the self, where all the parts we deny reside. When you believe you're only the role, you're trapped, always fearing that shell will crack. Think of an actor who forgets he's in a film. He brings the role home, suffers, as if everything is real. That's most of us, living like method actors, identifying with titles and images, imagining that if they collapse, we vanish too. But here's the truth. You are not the role. Your name, profession, past, all temporary characters in consciousness's theater. You're the observer, witnessing every emotion without identifying with them. You're not the fear, but the one recognizing it. Not the anger, but the space where it arises and dissolves. This is individuation's first step, where the soul detaches from persona to return to deeper essence. When you realize you're not the character, freedom emerges. You can play the role without imprisonment. The persona helps us interact, but if we forget it's only a mask, we lose our soul. Every role you play is how your soul learns. The betrayed one teaches you to see your shadow. The controller reveals your fear of loss. The strong one mirrors the weakness you haven't accepted. Try this. When triggered, pause. Breathe. Name the role you're embodying. Then whisper, "I am not this role. I am the one observing it." You'll notice something strange. A space of stillness where you're no longer the character, but the one watching. That's the first moment of freedom. Rule 2. There is no final win. When you realize you're not the character, you ask, does this game have an endpoint? Is there a finish line? Then you discover the second rule. There is no final victory. We're programmed to believe life is a race. Score higher, achieve more, become someone. But life's essence doesn't operate linearly. It's an endless spiral of transformation. Life begins at 40. Until then, you're just researching. Each goal we achieve is only a chapter in consciousness, learning to recognize itself. But the ego needs definition, proof, reward. So we turn everything into competition. Love must be reciprocated, work recognized. Living must accomplish something. Life becomes a scorecard instead of a symphony. When personal worth equals victory, the mind operates in comparison and scarcity. You lose before entering the game. Because true victory doesn't exist. You felt this. You achieve the goal, then feel empty. This hedonic treadmill returns you to the same lacking point no matter what you accomplish. Where love rules, there's no will to power. Where power predominates, love is lacking. Life isn't a journey upward but inward. From external success to inner awakening. Look at nature. No flower blooms to defeat others. It blooms because it's its nature. But we don't live to bloom. We live to compare. That's why we suffer. The purpose isn't reaching the end, but dancing with the rhythm. Imagine music. No one listens just for the final note. Life is the same. The goal is presence in every moment, not arrival. Individuation never ends. It's endless dialogue between conscious and unconscious. Every time you think you understand fully, a deeper layer opens. Someone who understands this no longer fears failure. It's just another move in consciousness exploring itself. Like a child learning to walk, falling without shame, laughing and continuing. When you understand this, you let go. Not giving up, but stopping the fight against the game itself. You give your all, create fully, not for recognition, but because it's the soul's nature. Then the paradox occurs. When you stop trying to win, you become most free, most alive. Rule 3. You are the whole game. If no one wins, who's playing, who's observing, who's directing everything in this game? That's when you touch the third rule. You're not just the player. You are the entire game. This is the hardest realization to accept, but also the deepest freedom. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. While the ego blames circumstances and others, the soul whispers everything you see is a reflection of yourself. The collective unconscious is the deepest layer where every soul connects. When someone makes you angry or enchanted, they don't create that feeling. They awaken the corresponding part within you that you haven't recognized. Meet someone confident and bold. Part of you admires them, another part feels irritated. Not because they're too good, but because they reflect the strength you've suppressed. When someone hurts you, they reflect the shadow you haven't faced. Everything that irritates us about others leads to understanding ourselves. Every judgment is looking in a mirror. Every love shows a fragment of your soul. Every wound is your unconscious attracting that situation to help you awaken. This is projection. We push unaccepted parts outward and see them in others. The world isn't out there. It's a mirror reflecting consciousness within you. Full of fear, you see danger everywhere. Full of trust, the world becomes friendly. Not because the world changes, but because you change how you see. When you realize this, you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What am I learning?" That's the shift from victim to creator. When someone irritates you, breathe and ask, which part of me is being reflected? Fear of being forgotten, not being recognized. Strength not yet dared to live. Just seeing it that way, a miracle happens. Anger becomes a mirror. You see yourself, not them. What do people reflect? Are you drawn to strong people because your soul yearns authenticity? Hurt by cold people because you suppress emotion? Every encounter is an unconscious lesson in human form. When you see the world this way, everything changes. No more enemies or lovers, success or failure. Only different forms of the same game. Emotions remain, but don't consume you. You feel pain observing it. Feel joy, not clinging to it. Because you understand every role is a piece in one soul playing self-recognition. When you realize you're the whole game, you play with compassion. How can you hate another part of yourself? This is the union of all opposites. When you're the whole game, you can't lose. You don't seek meaning, because meaning is you existing here now. Rule 4. Play with a light touch. When you've realized you're the entire game, profound freedom emerges. No more fear of losing, because there's no one else to lose to. But here's something subtler. Play with a light touch. Live, love, create fully, but don't cling. When you cling, you lose the ability to feel. When you control, you lose freedom. Tension between opposites creates consciousness. Life oscillates between holding on and letting go. Cling to one pole, you fall into extremity. Maintain the right tension, like a violin string. Neither too loose nor tight, you create rhythm and life. Light touch doesn't mean superficiality. It requires highest awareness. Like a violinist pouring soul into music, but keeping hands light because too much pressure breaks the sound. When we love too deeply, cling too tightly, we lose the soul's natural rhythm. Those who try to control everything, plan every step, calculate every risk. But life isn't mathematics, it's flow. The more you try to master it, the more it slips away. Like holding water. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it flows. Control confuses itself with safety. The soul doesn't seek safety. It seeks vibrant experience. To experience life, we must let go. Letting go isn't passivity. It's playing flexibly between initiative and surrender. Like jazz artists who know the framework, but don't force sounds into rigid molds. They listen, feel, improvise. That surprise brings life to music. When you dare to let life lead, it takes you to notes you never knew you could play. Are you playing with light hands or clutching from fear? Sometimes just loosening your grip, you hear the true melody within. The spiritual journey is conscious surrender. Not weakness, but trusting the unconscious's intelligence. The self's natural flow that knows the path better than reason. When we control, the ego steers. When we loosen grip, the ocean guides us where the self awaits. In creativity and self-discovery, forcing blocks energy. Relaxing lets inspiration flow back. The creative process is unconscious activation of archetypal images. We don't create. Creation flows through us. Life unfolds through us. The lighter we are, the clearer that flow. Living with light touch is knowing when to act and when to pause. Like water. Soft, flexible, but unparalleled in strength. Water doesn't resist the rock, but eventually wears it down. Those who've experienced much no longer argue, judge, or fear loss. They walk lightly, but each step has weight. They work devotedly, love sincerely. But when they lose, they smile. Not from indifference, but knowing everything is part of the game. Rule 5. Pain is necessary. Suffering is optional. When you play with a light touch, you enter a deeper level accepting pain as well. No matter how skillfully you play, life will hurt you. The issue isn't avoidance, but understanding. The 5th rule. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is choice. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Pain is the unconscious calling you back, signaling a part needs to be seen. But suffering, what makes you collapse, doesn't come from pain. It comes from resistance. When painful emotion arises, the ego builds a wall saying, "No, I don't want to feel this." In that moment, energy gets stuck. Pain is just a wave. Let it pass, it dissolves. Block it, it becomes an undercurrent turning into suffering. Imagine driving in rain, trying to peer through raindrops instead of using wipers. Rain isn't the problem. Resistance blinds you. Pain doesn't kill. Resistance exhausts. People are betrayed, lose, fall in love, and are dropped. Real pain. But then they spend months asking, why me? Those questions without answers turn pain into suffering because they don't want answers. They want to reverse the past. Impossible. The most terrifying thing is accepting oneself completely. Accepting that this painful thing happened. Once you say, yes, I hurt, and that's okay, energy flows again. Pain is inseparable from life. You can't want growth without wanting hurt. Like muscles, the soul must tear to rebuild. The difference: enter pain consciously or be dragged unconsciously. Those who dare go through pain become deeper, gentler, wiser. Pain doesn't punish, it guides. Like a compass needle, when you stray from true self-life, turns you back with unavoidable pain. After extreme suffering, space opens inside for something greater, where conscious and unconscious unite. Don't make pain disappear. Let it exist. Observe it like a scientist, curiously, without judgment. When you don't assign meaning like "I deserve this" or "life is unfair," you strip suffering's power. Pain is the gateway to consciousness. Those who've never truly hurt have never truly understood. But don't stay in pain. Don't make it identity. Some become addicted to their pain. They recount it, embellish it as part of ego. I am the wounded one. That's when pain becomes suffering, when you identify with the wound instead of letting it heal you. The child learning to walk falls, cries, gets up, continues. Doesn't think I'm bad, stupid, shameful. Knows falling is part of learning. Adults build whole stories. I failed. I'm unworthy. I deserve this. That's how we create suffering. When you dare step through pain, a miracle happens. An old part falls away, making room for the new. The game shifts to another level, where you learn to change, rebirth, transform freely. The difference between pain and suffering is the meaning you assign. Think it's punishment you suffer. Think it's a lesson you grow. Every wound pushes you closer to true self if you dare stay. Rule 6. Change costumes. A part dies, so another can be born. That's the next rule. Change costumes freely. How many times have you said, I am this kind of person? I cannot change. I must maintain this image. Behind that is fear of being stripped bare, not knowing who you are. Humans fear emptiness more than pain. We hold on to outdated roles, even if they suffocate, because at least they make us feel alive. The ego is only the first mask in countless masks the soul can wear. Changing costumes means allowing rebirth in every phase of individuation. Look at nature. Snake sheds skin. Butterfly breaks cocoon. Trees drop leaves. No living being tries to keep its form forever. Change is life's sacred instinct. But humans try the opposite. We want stability, safety, and precisely when we try to stay the same, we decay. Children change roles constantly without confusion. Morning superhero, afternoon doctor, evening dragon. Don't worry about who I was yesterday, because every role is just play. The child's soul is flexible, not bound by fixed ego. This is the free self, undefined, unframed, always vibrant, creative, ceaselessly exploring. Changing costumes isn't fakeness, but highest psychological freedom. The awakened person doesn't hold on to who I must be. They respond authentically to each moment. Strength when needed, vulnerability when needed, seriousness when called for, play when needed. Flexible like water, because essence is in flow, not form. This is the dance between opposites within us. Hero and weakling, creator and destroyer, lover and hater. Not eliminating any, but allowing each part to appear at the right time. Perhaps you've felt it. I am no longer the old me. Things that excited you become meaningless. People once close feel distant. You want to go do differently, start over. The rational part says that would betray the past, but there's no betrayal, only evolution. The old you wasn't wrong. It fulfilled its task, brought you here. Now it's time to shed that layer. Like shedding skin, it may sting, feel exposed, but it's the only way for the new to be born. In every stage, the unconscious calls in different forms. Crisis loss, breakup, stagnation. Not failure, but a sign you're ready to change outfits. Ignore that call, you live forever in a narrow shell. Safe enough to exist, not free enough to live. When you dare change, you realize a truth. Every version was right at that time. No wrong me or right me. Your task isn't choosing which me is better, but letting the flow resound fully. When that flow echoes beyond ego boundaries, you hear other melodies. Other souls learning, stumbling, changing like you. A new depth opens, where you stop seeing me in them and recognize subtle unity between all souls. This game doesn't reward the best actor, but the one who dares live truly in every role, without fear of shedding, starting over, becoming what you've never been. That's the most beautiful music of the game called life. Rule 7. Compassion is realizing everyone is you. Every role played, every layer, should make one thing evident. Everyone else is doing the same. Each person playing a role, seeking, learning, struggling. That's when you step into the 7th rule. Compassion arises when you realize everyone is you. The meeting of two personalities is like contact of two chemical substances. If there's reaction, both are transformed. No encounter is random. They're chemical reactions of the soul. The other appears not to complete you, but reflect what you haven't seen. We think compassion is outward gentleness, empathy, forgiveness. But that's only the shell. Its core is unification of perception. Understanding there is no other. The world isn't a stage with you at center and everyone revolving. It's a collective mirror where every face is another expression of the same consciousness stream. Look back at those who hurt you most. The betrayer, the critic, the one who made you feel small. They didn't come to harm you. They came to show the part you denied. Betrayal may awaken fear of abandonment, never healed. Criticism touches the inner child needing recognition. Feeling small is the lesson about forgotten worth. When you face someone who wounded you, the ego wants revenge, wants right or wrong. But with soul's eyes, you realize they act from their wound, and they're wounded just as you once were. This doesn't make you weak, it makes you free. When you understand every harmful action stems from unconscious pain, you don't need to fight the world. You need to understand it. Emotional mirroring between people shows we aren't truly separate. We influence each other through psychological energy field. This evidences the collective unconscious, where every soul connects. When you heal yourself, you heal the world. When you judge others, you reinforce fear within. True compassion isn't forgiveness, but understanding. Forgiveness has wrongdoer and forgiven. Understanding has no boundaries. You look at another and see, I have been like that too. You see their shadow and recognize this part existed in me. Then you don't try to love them. You naturally feel love. When you reach this awareness, you touch self-realization, where the whole self sees itself through myriad forms. Look at an enemy, see no hatred. Stranger, feel familiarity. Another's pain, your heart resonates as if your own. If all of us are playing the same game, the same consciousness in billions of characters, then every encounter is self-reunion. Help someone, you help another part of your soul. Hurt someone, you cut part of yourself. Only when you see yourself in others do you truly touch compassion. Not forced kindness, but natural vibration of soul recognizing itself in myriad forms. When someone irritates you, imagine them at 5 years old, clumsy, fearful, seeking love. In seconds, your perspective softens. No longer the one who hurts me, but a child with the same fears you carried. Let your heart open even 1%. Gentler gaze, softer word, slower breath. Sometimes that alone changes the world. When we stop seeing life as judgment and begin viewing it as consciousness's promenade, something silent happens. The inner rhythm becomes clear. No one forces you to be a fixed form. You can step out, step in, try differently, then return to the still center, where every role is embraced. When you stop tensing to survive, every encounter becomes a hint of destiny. Every breakage becomes light. Every choice, however small, is a ritual drawing you to the authentic human within. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. It's already open right here. It's only whether you dare step through with light hands, a courageous heart, and eyes seeing yourself in all things. This is what Carl Jung empath and personal development truly mean. Not fixing what's broken, but recognizing you were never broken. Only playing a game you didn't know was a game. The 7 rules you've witnessed aren't theories. They're invitations to see yourself as consciousness behind every role, to play fully without clinging, to transform freely without fear, to love deeply while understanding everyone is you. You are not the character. There is no final win. You are the whole game.